the Deutsche Bank problem. So we don't have any friends in this world except the American people, that is, except the Republic of France. We know the attitude of Benjamin Netanyahu and the current government of Israel, which was an enabler in the looting of the United States of America. I can also report tonight that a bond was issued in Canada just 48 hours ago, $2.13 trillion bond issue, which has placed the entire Canadian Treasury on the line in order to support their derivative scheme. Now, Stu, that's that's a lot of money, isn't it?
A lot of bread.
Yeah.
It's pocket change, these people, though. They do it all the time.
Well, the problem is the entire Canadian banking system is now on the line, and they are in a position now where they have like a week to find gold to back up this bond issue, and apparently they can't find it, or they're out running around the world looking for it. The gold is gone. We can't report, or I'm not going to report tonight where the gold is because they're not going to get it. One. Two, the gold there was some gold smelted down in the Philippines some time ago. So what has happened here now is this gang of idiots, gang of filth and idiots, issued a bond for $2.13 trillion based on gold they thought they knew where it was, and now they can't find it. How do you like that?
Typical Ponzi game. Millman Bush.
Well, we know where the gold is, and we're not going to report to the people on this show tonight where it is, because there will come a time when the wheels of justice are going to roll, and we're going to roll all over them with the facts and evidence we have compiled, some of it on your website, www.stewwebber.com.
There's a hell of a lot of documents on those news pages that aren't in archives, folks. Tom, the American people, the same repeated statement. When are we going to arrest them? When are we going to bring them to justice? That's what the repeated question is. How can the American people get involved? They're asking the same question. I go to gas pumps. I intentionally crank people up. I make comments about, Aramco, the American Arabian Oil Company, George Herbert Walker Bush, and Henry Kissinger, and Rockefeller and Millman, Aramco and the Saudis, and they're calling, what? Whoa, I heard that before. Oh, but I didn't relate it. Oh, I'm sort of hearing it now because of the media is controlled. It's supposed to be, we were supposed to have checks and balances in our government. Bush took them away in 1998. And we were supposed to have checks and balances with free press, and we have a bunch of stupid fucking excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, for saying that. Fox, F-U-X, Fox.
Okay, well, that defines them for what they are.
Yes. Okay.
I could spend a lot more time on each individual in the media.
But we had checks and balances 50 years ago, Tom, in media and government, both. We don't have it today. So the question is, straight up, what can the American people do now to get energized? That is, how can they get involved that will change and form the new republic under a constitutional form of government? It's called constitutional reimplementation.
Well, you know how that's done, Stu. It's done through a revolution. And it's done through the being patient at this time, even given the extraordinary dire circumstances we are under. As I said, you reach out through your revolutionary committees to your local law enforcement. You have to have meetings at least twice a week. Now, they will launch an attack on us, I promise you, folks. These are crazy Satanists. The point that they launch the attack, it's important for the American people then, being well-armed under their Second Amendment rights, to begin the process of constitutional reimplementation. Because what you will have at this point, folks, is you will have foreign mercenaries on American soil that will be used to attack the American people. Some in the military may go along with it, or I am told that most of them will not, but the ones that do are either chipped or are in a position where they are, let's say,
Timothy McVeigh, Terry Lynn Nichols, Gary Best Associates, Inc. Defense Intelligence. Yes.
Now, you got to remember...
Bosnia, Afghanistan, yeah.
They're doing now is they use the various cable network outlets, for example, like MSNBC, which is the alleged liberal Democrat propaganda instrument, and then they use Fox News, which is the alleged Republican conservative propaganda instrument, to divide the American people against each other. Well, it's the Democrats' fault. They're socialists and Marxists. They well may be. Or it's the Republicans' fault. It's Bush. Well, and they're a bunch of Nazis and Hitler Youth. And they well may be, some of these people. But the vast majority of American people aren't Marxists or Nazis. They're God-fearing, hardworking people that are being dumbed down and brainwashed and looted on a daily basis.
By
and
the
what they
press
are doing now
in this country, the Congress, the Senate, Obama, Bush. The American people are fed up, Tom.
You know they did the other day. This jerk this in the morning. This Joe Scarborough punk is involved in
killer. The killer. His aide, his dead aide. StuWebb.com, table of contents. Look for the other top stories in one of the columns by Tom Flacco, 911 widow. That says it all about this little asshole.
Well, guess who he had as a guest the other day, and was asking him to run for president of the United States.
Oh my God, Bush or Clinton?
Jeb Bush.
Yeah, Bush. Another Bush dynasty. Tom,
now this guy
I'm 55 years of age. You're 55. I'm fed up with this Bush bull and the Clinton bull and the Millman bull. I've been married in the problem for 25 years since my daughter was born, okay? But I was married into it previously. You know the scene. You've been around a long time. You've been blowing the whistle behind the scenes anonymously for a long time, we'll say. Okay? Go ahead. Yes.
Please. Jeb Bush, we know his track record in Florida in 2000 with his whore, Catherine Harris. But we know now that Jeb Bush ordered the murder of Ray Lean, the former NASA employee in the Department of Transportation in Florida, who had the evidence of the NASA script, which was used not only to influence votes in Florida, but more importantly, was used in the states of Missouri, Tennessee, West Virginia, and New Hampshire to basically steal those states along with the state of Florida. Now, you look up the voting tallies, you will see the additional votes that came into Ralph Nader's column, not only in those other states, but other states in the Union, at around 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, the night of the election in 2000. Now, those NASA electronic records are now basically in the possession of the Senate Intelligence Committee. Now, people say, well, why aren't we hearing anything about it? Well, of course, the powers to be allege that if that was to come out, that the country would collapse. Well, folks, it's already collapsed. Now, Jeb Bush, they are desperate to put a Bush or Clinton back in because they only trust the Bush and